Oh, no.
Huh?
We usually turn off the car before.
I decided to switch things up a
I
bit.
guess so.
We're gonna make the review a little different this time. No, the rest is gonna play out the same. Just, let's turn the car off after I hit record on the camera.
Dangerous thinking there.
It's very dangerous. Like, I'm in an unpredictable world right now because before we watched Hatched, we watched Medusa. We were watching like 4 movies today, and I never would have thought that going into the movie Hatched, it would star the same actress as Medusa, and then I'm sitting there going, that's the same actress.
Right.
Like, I'm shocked because these 2 random movies that I picked on here, then you found out it's the same producer and same co-writer, different director.
Yep.
And it does kind of feel like they're in the same universe.
Yep.
We have stumbled upon the world's most random universe of movies, of snake people and houses with raptors just running around with crazy military guys taking over the place. And yet both movies are very quiet and very dry. Like I was talking about in Medusa going, this movie's not executed well. It's not very good, but I at least kind of respect it because I'm like, I go into this and what I find is this kind of attempted art house movie about hookers and one turns into a snake. And then you have this movie,
which is equally ambitious.
In some ways, yeah, which makes me fascinated by the people who made it, because neither movie works. Neither. But I almost sort of respect whatever thought went into this, because this is a movie where if you just look at some isolated scenes away from the dinosaurs, you look at some isolated scenes, it's like, all right, it looks like they're trying to put a level of suspense in here with some people going through this dark house. There's a lot of quiet music playing. Some scenes are pretty darkly lit. Like they're trying to have this buildup of like this British, I don't want to say spook house because it's not a ghost movie, but like a silent killer slasher movie, only if you replace Michael Myers with a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah.
Why? Like, I admire the people who make this because it comes across like no matter what script is presented on his table, it doesn't matter if it's about snake hookers or cloned dinosaurs roaming around the countryside, he'll look at it and go, give it the feeling of The Road. Like, okay, it might not be entertaining to sit through. Neither movie are entertaining. The Road's great, but like Medusa and this, not that entertaining to sit through, but I am fascinated that they are structured like this. It makes it interesting. Hard to sit through because I needed coffee and I was playing on my phone through the damn thing. But it feels like you're not watching the actual movie, but like a comedy edit on YouTube. Like if someone took Halloween and let's say someone was put up a silly video on YouTube where they took the scene of Lori and the girls walking home from school, then it cuts over and they splice in a raptor running towards the camera. That's like this.
Yeah.
I was getting a laugh whenever the dinosaurs turned up.
Oh yeah, no, because they looked terrible. Here's the thing, I think we give the Asylum a pass on some of this really bad production values because we know what, because they're
aware of themselves.
Yeah, they're aware of themselves. Like we know what kind of movies they make. They know what kind of movies they make, and they're like, look, let's just.
You're watching a movie called Ape versus Monster. You know what you're getting into.
Right. These movies seem to think that they are very like, I don't know about Oscar worthy, but
no, not Oscar
they would like to hope that they can one day become.
And you
Oscar
know what?
worthy.
I admire the balls. I do. I want to shake these people's hands and just be like, never change. keep putting this stuff out, I will watch it. Because when these girls in this movie go back inside and they're talking to each other as if they're in this very dark, moody, suspense-filled kind of slasher thrill, like they're in Black Christmas or something.
Yeah.
They're reacting to the situation like they're getting like a killer giving them threatening phone calls or showing up outside and creeping around their car.
Yeah.
But if it's that a T-Rex ate their friend in the front lawn, it's like it doesn't match. It doesn't match with each other, and it's fascinating. It is fascinating to watch them run through this house and have this stock dinosaur raptor effect running after them when they forget to close the door behind them. Like it's Home Alone. I was laughing whenever these dinosaurs showed up because it was so tonally inconsistent with everything else.
There were so many continuity issues I had with this movie.
Yeah.
Not just that, but like okay, the military guys show up, just instantly put 2 rounds in one of the raptors. Raptor falls dead, but for some reason the remaining raptor and the T-Rex are unstoppable?
Yeah, well, I think some of them change sizes a lot, too. I can never really tell. But the military guys are crazy, and their go-to crazy is to just randomly point at other people's heads. Like, I want you to sit down. I don't want to sit down. I think you should sit down. Like, suddenly they're invaded by 28 days later. When it's not shamelessly borrowing from the Jurassic World movies. Because this one also has to do with a child dying and cloning. One thing leads to another. We've got dinosaurs. Like, you're watching a low-budget horror movie version of the mansion climax from Fallen Kingdom. In this 85-minute movie. I kind of like the setup where it's like this scientist wants to clone his dead kid, and then he's like, well, I guess I could give dinosaurs a try. It's kind of funny because right away this goes south. It's not like, Jurassic Park where it's like, well, we went as far as building the park, but then on the test run, things didn't go so well. No, this is like if instantly when they tried making one, like, oh, right, it's a dinosaur. It's instantly killing us. And so he creates this raptor, and in the opening scene, his wife comes home. I like that they don't tell the kid there's a raptor in there. They just put up a caution sign. And they're like, we'll tell him to stay out of there. Let's just hope he obeys us.
And they treat this kid like he's 5 years old, and he looks like he's 10.
We should properly say his name, though, because the reason why I say that is because it had to be great looking at this script, because half the dialogue is just the characters saying each other's names.
Yeah.
The whole opening scene, Mark, and then the wife goes into the barn where the raptor is, and they only had the raptor chained in there with like a leg chain chained to the wall.
Yeah.
Like these.
And she's like, it got out.
Like they think he's Dr. Gordon in Saw, and they're just gonna chain his leg to the wall, and that'll keep him there unless he saws it off. No, she looks at it like, oh no, he got out. Really? The one like little leg chain you put around the raptor didn't work? And she looks over, and the effect they have the dinosaur, it literally looks like the raptor is just sup. And then jumps on her.
Going back to the military guy. No, you already mentioned that.
Oh, I like that. It's another one of those movies. Most movies are like this, where there's some characters that have peripheral vision and some that don't. So even in that opening scene, like, where's that roaring coming from? Oh, there he is, that giant fuck-off dinosaur in front of me. And then the military guys are outside. This was fucking hilarious, because you hear that roar. One military guy is like, oh my God, there he is. The other dude's just like, where? I don't see him. Turns around. and there's a giant T-Rex
T-Rex,
standing
right,
there.
right.
Oh, right, just right behind
Right.
me.
Okay, so another continuity issue I had was with that scene.
Yeah.
Because even though that guy got eaten by the T-Rex, he shows up later.
I think that was a different guy.
I'm pretty... Because that was Private Ryan. Yeah, his name was Private Ryan.
There was 3 military guys, and
Yeah.
the one who got eaten earlier, I don't think was...
So
I'll have to look and see, but I doubt this movie...
there was Private Ryan, the psycho general guy who kept putting a gun in people's face, and then the other guy who got attacked by the raptor, but still managed to get back to the house.
Unless he just, like, survived and was eaten later. But I'm going to give this movie the benefit of the doubt that they didn't kill the same guy twice.
They killed the same guy
No,
twice.
like, that's... Even a 5-year-old wouldn't make that continuity error. Like... At least in Space Mutiny, I can chalk when the dead girl turns up later. I'm like, I can chalk that up to that was probably supposed to happen earlier.
I mean, if you want to rewatch it, I'm pretty sure
that this movie is so
I'm pretty
lazy that they didn't realize their own main character died and he came back. No, I don't think that happened. I'm giving this movie the benefit of the doubt.
All right.
Like, if he was an extra, that'd be one thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we kill the same extras all the time.
His name was Private Ryan.
I've done that in my movies where we killed the same extra several times in the film.
Yeah.
We'll put different clown makeup on him. They don't get to tell he's the same
it's an
actor.
extra. Who cares?
Yeah. They won't be able to tell that's the same guy. We tried doing that in another Cinema Snob movie.
I mean, if Space Jam can literally copy and
Claude
paste.
the Cat and all of those guys. In
Literally.
another Cinema Snob movie, we have like scenes where these killer clowns are going after people, and there were a few people that weren't able to show up. So we were like, well, we could maybe put different clown makeup on this guy. Maybe he'll look different. He didn't look different. I'm like, this is the same guy we just smeared blue on his face. That was when Ryan stepped in and he was like, okay, I'll do it. And Ryan got in the makeup, which actually worked out great because Ryan's amazing in that scene.
No kidding.
Yeah, he is. He's fantastic in that sequence. So there's really not that much else to say about this movie.
Well, okay, so letter grades. You go first this time. I guess you're gonna give this one a B.
No, God, no. No, I was being nice when I gave Medusa a C+, because that was just based on like, well, I guess I'm feeling generous, because it's like I could tell their heart was in the right place when they made this. I just wanted to be nice. This movie is not any better or worse than that one. Well, maybe it's a little funnier in parts. But overall, it's not that much better or worse. But I've watched these two movies back to back, so I'm feeling less generous.
Okay. You're right. That was generous of you giving it a
Yeah, because I'm
C.
like, well, I kind of respect the people who made it. I even respect them for making this one, too. But watching them back to back, I'm like, my niceness is only going so far.
Right.
So it's not like this movie is that much worse. So, God, what will I give this movie? For every funny part of it, there's a lot of really dry shit you gotta sit through in this movie that makes it kind of a slog. So I'll give it a D+.
D+.
Yeah.
I'm continuing with my F.
Even for like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because I'm promising you that continuity issue that dude died twice, and it was just.
Unless he survived the first attack. I can buy that, like, because some people kind of showed up bloody and they were fine from their mortal neck
But he
wounds.
was unscathed.
Yeah.
He was unscathed later. He was just, that dude
Maybe he just sprained his ankle or something.
sprained his ankle in the T-Rex's mouth. You know, like.
So you're giving this one an F?
Oh God, yeah.
I don't blame you.
Oof.
I don't blame you, but I like the producers of these movies.
I hope Black Widow's better. Oh wait, we already reviewed
Well, I
Black-
put up the poll. I'll read that when. Well, yeah, why am I saying this now? We're gonna.
Yeah.
The Black Widow review is going up way before the reviews
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Medusa and Hatched. I think there was 6% predicted we'd like give Black Widow an F.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna put up after these videos. So, thanks for watching. Take care.